know, that's the makeup of a good fighter.
Definitely. I'm very impressed. You know, being a professional boxer for 32 years, seeing these kids in front of a huge audience, millions, if not billions of people at home going to see this, and they're coming out in front of a crowd and they're performing. That takes a lot. A lot of people get anxiety. They can't do it under pressure, under the lights. These guys are performing.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing, like, you know, sparring in a gym when you're comfortable. It's something else when you're up here.
Exactly.
I mean, does it just come down a lot to kind of like muscle memory as well? Like, you know, you're kind of repeating the same actions.
I think Shannon hit it right there. He said, like, listen, we know you see a guy sparring 12 threes in the gym. He might do that. When it comes to fighting 3 threes, that's a different story. Because you've got to deal with all the pressure, all the things that Shannon just said. The pressure, you know, the atmosphere, the anxiety. It's all there. That takes a lot out of you.
The night before, the day before, the flight here. There's so much going on that to overcome it is when you walk up these stairs right here, everything changes.
I mean, do you sleep the night before a fight?
I didn't sleep too well, I've got to be honest.
Is that not a thing?
I tell you what goes on in life. I mean, I don't know if this was the way for you, Shannon, but for me, I used to lie there and think about how the fight could be done, how it could be won. Like, you know, all the bad points that could go on in a fight. Could I pick myself off the floor? Could I do? There's this mad thing that's going on in your head.
And you can't.
So you haven't got a lot of time to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, do you think most of these guys would have been having quite late? I mean, what do you think? Do you think KSI got any rest? Do you think?
Well, listen, I heard KSI in the hotel this morning, and he was relaxed. He was shouting at breakfast. He looked cool. He looked chilled. I was never like that as a fighter. So perhaps this kid just deals with the pressure more than anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I was quite impressed when I seen Logan earlier. Yeah. He was relaxed. He was having fun. But you know what? Like I said earlier, all that changes when you go up those stairs.
Yeah, sure.
So, okay, before we go into our final fight, I'm a bit
excited.
Do you have any predictions? Ooh. Say now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, this is a tough one because look, I've watched both of these guys. I've actually watched them develop over the last 2 or 3 months. I've seen them improve. Now that we went to the last open workout on Wednesday. Yeah. It's a flip of a coin, man. You got JJ. He's slippery, likes to move.
Could you get off the fence, please?
No, I'm going to get off the fence. I'm going to get off the fence. Slips, moves, likes to keep it at range. Logan looks good. He looks strong. He's been in that MMA ring. He's been a wrestler. Yes. And for that reason, I think you could just lean towards him. Right. He could be the bookie's favourite.
I'm on the fence, but I got to tell you, I'm leaning a little bit towards Logan. But
I've
learned tonight. What I learned tonight is don't sleep on anybody. Yeah, all these guys are tough. They're performing for their fans, so you can't sleep. I'm leaning towards Logan, but you never know.
What do you want to see in this fight then? Do you want it to go?
I think I want to see. Now I want to see what we've seen through the whole night.
Yeah.
These guys going out there, giving it everything, giving entertainment for the fans, putting on a show. Yeah. And I know they'll do that, you know, because both of these guys will walk through hot coals to get the victory.
I love
and
that.
so, you know,
and said walk through hot coals.
Let's
go, champ.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, we could jazz up the ring for the next one.
I think they're going to give it everything here this evening, and it really is balanced. I've been watching them all week at training, and there's not a lot in this.
Yeah. Listen, I'm on the fence again, but like I said, I'm expecting a great fight.
Well, I think we are all hoping for that. So, guys, thank you so much for chatting to us. We are going to throw it over to the commentators for one last time for our final fight, which is KSI versus Logan Paul. It's finally happening.
That's right.
Well, now we're at the main event.
They told us to hype the fight up. Have they not been watching the True Jody YouTube channel for the past month? I mean,
who hasn't? Jesus, is the big question, really, right?
I am destroying him, all right? And it just so happens to be this opponent. I don't care who he is. I'm just going to destroy him, right? In amongst that, obviously the news that
how would the brother defeat that thing?
That's what I'll say. The news of that the previous fight is obviously going to filter through. Will that impact them? Deji. Is JJ going to get affected by that? Honestly, I think JJ mentally prepared for Deji to maybe already lose. I think he's accepted that.
He said that on the podcast.
Yeah, he said that. Way in advance, I think it's not going to be a shock, as bad as that sounds. So I don't think it's going to affect him. In terms of Logan, it's going to do nothing. I mean, surely, but hype him up. Feel like this is our night. It's meant to be. And here we have him.
There's the nightmare. KSI. He's wearing the Union Jack.
Breathing strong. Looking good as well. Yeah. Great shape.
No, he doesn't look phased one bit though, does he? It's JJ, mate.
There's one man who's been around all night.
Never
one man in the background of all the successful fighters.
Vidal is looking at a clean sweep if he wins this one.
Yeah. And, I mean, frankly, Vidal's training alone will take you up 4, 5, 6, maybe even 10 levels.
Yeah, that does. I said to Joe, if KSI had a different trainer and Joe had Vidal, that is the kind of difference that maybe Joe could have came away with a win last time. That is the difference that Vidal makes to you.
Well, it's interesting.
I do think that, like, obviously, you see the way that every single fighter that is coached by Vidal, the way they've performed, the way they've been regimented, you know, they look like a different breed to their opponent.
Do you know what he said
what I mean? What's that?
As he walked away after a Nissan Gib?
What did he say?
He said, "See you later, Joe."
Oh, and I was going to ask him to be my coach. Would he do that? Train me instead.
I think that's what they call a conflict
This
of
is
interest.
this is why I'm leaning to going against Deji instead, because Deji's not coached by Vidal.
Now, the flip side of that is obviously that we've
Picking
seen
fights with everyone tonight, Joe.
So this is it, true Johnny, me and you in the ring.
No, honestly, though, we've seen one guy now who's also been coached by Jake Paul. Sorry, Jake Paul's been coached.
Wilson Supreme. Wilton Supreme. Sorry, I think they're called. And he coached Golden Gloves champions. He coached Shannon Briggs. This is what he does. Like Logan said to me in the podcast, he's known for making a fighter in 3 months.
Exactly.
That is his thing. Which obviously sort of laughed at the time. Well, it's a good job. You've got 3 months then, isn't it? And I said, you know, the main thing that JJ is basing his being better than Logan on is that he cannot catch me up in boxing skill. And I said to Logan, do you think you've got the time for that? Logan said, I've had more than enough time to literally bury him. To be honest, I think this is just going to be a real close fight. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm leaning towards JJ in terms of boxing skill, but I can't say that for definite because I've seen 10 seconds of Logan. If I'd even had a minute of Logan, I'd have a more educated guess.
Do you think we can take anything from what we saw Jake doing out in the ring? Or no? In the same way we can't take anything from what
Jake looked pretty good at times. I just think that not as good as I maybe anticipated.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
As an athlete, more than that. I thought Jake's boxing technique looked decent.
Yeah.
But I thought he'd have more of a physical advantage over Deji from the way, and I thought maybe the gas tank will be there. Maybe he'll have more power. But actually, he wasn't as fit as I'd anticipated him being. Really.
People around the world watching right now, welcome you from everywhere. The streams are going out globally. I think there's not a country that this stream isn't touching right now, so welcome. It's good to have you. You've reached the main event. You made it here. You might be out of popcorn. You might be out of Doritos, nachos, something like that.
Pizza.
Grab whatever you've got around the house.
It's time.
It's time.
Yeah. Let's have a look at this.
These two guys head to head. By the way, Logan is coming towards the ring walk now, so he's moved
minimal
out.
difference. But one thing that is different, I would say, is that 4-inch reach advantage for Logan.
Absolutely incredible.
But the thing is, when they haven't been boxing long enough to make that kind of advantage pay, I don't know how much of a difference it'll make.
I mean, this is the thing though, I feel like in mine and JJ's fight, him having that big reach over me really helped him out, because his whole game plan was about keeping me away with that jab. And now that Logan's arms, they're longer than JJ,
and to be honest,
is he going to be able to
when I
implement
met
that?
Logan, the one thing I did think was like, Jesus, his arms are big. For a guy who isn't that heavy, he's a well-built kid. Like, he's
absolutely incredible.
When you look at MMA fighters, people who are
Peace.